Incorrect. So the spin dash, I was timing this out and I've got a rough idea of how much it saves. But it's basically if you do not get the quick spin charge within about, let's say generously, 25-ish frames, you lose time. Yeah. So like that pretty much gives you an 8-frame window. Like, so let's just say roughly you have a 10-frame window to be worse than TAS at the spin charge to actually make it worth doing spin charges. So unless you're going for ILs, no, it doesn't matter. It would just be more consistent and faster to do it normally. No, this is actually like the easiest hard jump ever. So you can start holding right here. Just hold, you can hold right from here. And so long as you jump on that tile, you'll make it. So like as you pass this line, like jump, so like input jump, so like you kind of jump from this spot. Yeah. Actually, let me see if Rhodes does this. He probably does. He is, but he does things very not fast, but does the not fast things fast, which is very confusing. See, look, he jumps from here. Now, he was not holding right that whole time. So, like, as it's pretty much because of where he is. So let's see. I'll just go frame by frame. You see how, like, this bit right here is kind of like in line with this black line. So, like, he never really moves. If you check again, like, it's pretty much the same. Yeah. Yeah, so if you hold right, it actually doesn't look like you move that much. But you will move significantly more than this. So you don't have to hold right. I think you do if you play DX. But for OG, I'm pretty sure you can or you can't. It just means you have to land on the bird a different way. It's like he jumps from about there. No, completely not. Okay, so yeah, he actually messes this up. I think this is because he doesn't input right the whole time. So he went right up, right. So yeah, you definitely need to hold right the whole time. Because it's pretty much a straight line from you to the flicky. If you just hold right the whole time through the air, you'll land on it. The only thing is it's about, let me use your PB because your video is better. Yeah, I did that a lot when I was switching from all metals. So, it's like once you get to like there, like from the jump, you want to start holding up because you'll actually, because like the line from that jump, like imagine it goes this way across the tiles, like it's more in line with these yellow ones. So like you'll land right. Oh, can you see my mouse? Ah, damn. Okay. Do you see it when I'm in full screen? But you see it when I... Yeah, it's there. Huh. No. I was thinking, let me try this. So, can you see my virtual cam? All right. All right, cool. Now let's see if it works in full screen. Yeah. So like you prepare to jump now. So like you jump from there and you're holding right, and once you get like to about there, like actually let me pull up one of my runs. I think I have it somewhere, at least on my hard drive. I saved my OBS feed. Well, I mean, it depends if you have hard drive space. I have a very large hard drive. All right, here's me playing OG. So I'm just checking to see if I do it in this. I think I fuck it up. All right. Okay. This is what this is supposed to look like. So yeah. Yeah. Do I? I hate this playback thing. Yeah. I hate this player, by the way. Like Windows default player. But if you see, I'm holding right this whole time. So like, you see how far across the line I am already compared to Rhodes? Yeah, and like the edge of my ball is pretty much, it's a little over, but it's pretty much on the edge. And so like here I'm jumping like as I cross this line. And it looks like I'm gonna hit this wall, but I'm not because I'm going too fast. It's maybe there's some world in which you hit it, but you shouldn't hit that wall. You should just go right past it. Like here. So like I started holding up here. Like once the enemy pretty much comes on to screen. Sorry, I'm going from right to upright. So I'm holding towards the ramp. Yeah. And so this, it's not important just because you hit the enemy, but it also changes how you grab this flicky. So like you see, I go from upright, I go right, down left. That's how I do the circular motion. And so then I continue the circle. And this is actually very bad. You can grab that flicky, with just a very tight circle while in the air and land with the flicky. But like the same motions will still get it if you miss that air grab. I think one of the biggest things is like watching the video and then like trying to gather the inputs that they're doing, not just like where they're jumping from and stuff. Because the inputs is very important. Since it's so like 3D and not real great at it, you can't really judge all of it just from looks. So that was just unfortunate. One thing you can do to stop it is you just approach more from the left. So I am not that great at this section, but like because it's spike balls, it's much easier in DX. But yeah, I don't mind that at all. But like here, you turned way too late. You can see that ball. This ball always rotates counterclockwise, at least on this guy. Yeah. So if you turned as you went up this slope, by the time Sonic's momentum changes to just be upright, you would be more along to the left of this black line that the dude's on. And so like the further left on this line, it makes it easier to just hit him with a jump. The problem is that the more left you are, the more you have to overcorrect so that you grab the flicky. So like you go left, then you hit this, and you immediately go down right. And you just kind of have to get a feel for how long you have to hold down right before you can turn back to make sure you grab the flicky. Yeah, this is how I did it. Yeah. I think that's why I really wanted to do review, because none of this is mentioned anywhere. It's just like, yeah, just do the ideal strat. It just makes it easier if you aren't mega consistent at this part. That's it. Yeah, I am trying to get the spin dash strat to work there, but it's very difficult. Not that... I don't know. That's a good point. Let me... Well, the task bounces around in the ball. You said the wrong words. Yes. Only kid has a great task. So that was a cheeky slope jump. Yes, I love watching the test for all my games. So this is something I really want to do, but can't because this is stupid. Yeah, so right here they do a stomp and do a quick charge spin dash facing up, and the flickies grab the flicky that he just got and then jumps. Not just, and when Sonic jumps here is important because Sonic jumps on this slope up here. Because this is a slope, and that, when rolling, increases your speed by a lot. Yeah. So that's like this is like the fastest possible way to accelerate in the game. The only faster way would be if the slope was steeper. What do you mean by that? Like, what's confusing about it? Yeah. You just hold upright. So jumping here is actually the worst possible thing you can do. Yes, because you're slope jumping here. The problem is that you're slope jumping in the direction that the slope does not want you to go. So slope jumps increase your speed because you're going down them. Yeah, so I'm not sure if this is technically how it works, but like the slope wants you to go in a direction. So in this way, it wants you to go down left. So when you jump in down left, it adds speed in that direction. So you gain speed in that direction. And so when you jump the other way, it just screws you up. Yeah. Yeah, also in Beat the Game, I know you said you were just getting confused, but you just hold right here. You go to the left of the pad. It means you have to walk up less slope so you can jump sooner. Yeah. So for after you grab the goal, so I don't get how they work in OG. The only thing I've been able to get is that you have to be moving almost nowhere. Like you have to be at a standstill. So what I do is I hold upright till like well, let me see if my video does it. But like you hold upright, then you immediately switch to downright once you go over it. So it like stops you. And so before you start accelerating again, it puts you in the teleporter because you're on top of it. Oh, what did I do? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, it's all movement, so. So yeah, so right there I did a quick church spin dash, and as I went over this, I held down right, and so it just cancels your momentum because Sonic's trying to turn around in a skid, and so once it gets low enough, it just sucks you in. Or at least I think that's how that works. If you can somehow perfectly time the jump to completely clear the slope and land and get the spin dash out, go for that. But it's easier just to run up the slope and roll. Like, are you just asking when should you spin dash or jump into an enemy, like in general? I mean, yeah, it depends on the enemy and how you're approaching them. It's like snowmen you almost never want to roll into, except for like a select few, just because it's so likely that you get the glitch and die. And then if there's no obvious answer, it's preference, pretty much. Yeah. That's just a don't do that. Okay, so for this flicky, hold down instead of up. So, like, part of it is you approached it wrong. So, this one is actually not fun, but like about here, you want to be, normally you want to be less right than this. So like typically I'm in the middle here, because it gives me more room to do what I'm about to do, which is you want to go straight across the middle of this yellow tile. So from that corner to the next corner, and it means all you have to do is you go across, you jump, hold down right, and then do a circular loop clockwise up. So then you go this way, grab the flicky, go up to next enemy. Yeah. Yeah. My trick to not having that happen to you is don't use depth perception. Just just know all the lines. Yeah, I just like you have to figure out the route and the lines you want to take, and then like from there you can kind of figure out how to hit things. But it's pretty much no use trying to figure it out just from looking at the game. Like other than that, that's good. Don't do that. Just come down here, and from here you want to follow this line. So you see this yellow one up here? Yep. Yeah, so you jump from like over like about here or so, and then you hold down right as you hit this guy, so you do a loop like this. So like you hit it, jump this way, and then you come back around in the air and come up this way. So it's like right, down right, loop to upright. And that puts you oh shit. Let's see. So that puts you on this line. Yeah. Because the purple, the next like purple bee, wasp, whatever bug it is on this line, this in between line. So in DX, you actually get something really cool here, because if you do like a slope jump on like the first or second frame on the slope on the little slope that's like right past this section, you can low jump onto it with a slope jump, and it's really fast and cool, but it's very hard. So instead of this, you just like go, you walk onto the slope, and you jump on it. Yeah. Like, that's fine for best ending, but it's just yeah. That's why I can't do beam and beat the game at the same time. Like, I have to take like a week or so to just like get used to the other one again. Remember where all the things are, take the right lines for the rings and stuff. Yeah. Are you gonna join the tournament? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think tournaments are just fun if you're good or bad. It's just a fun experience, but I mean, can't fault you. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so you just went on the wrong side of the thing here. You go left. This will pretty much almost never hit you, so long as you're like on this side of the slope. Like if you're up here, it'll hit you. But if you just come here, you can hit this dude and do a just either roll into it or do a air turn once you hit him. I've found this one to be like super hard to hit for some reason. It's stupid. Just go up this way and hope you can land on it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is a line thing. So I jump about here. And the reason why is because what you did didn't work because you have too much control. So I jump from up there because you turn worse in the air. So I jump and immediately hold down, and that places it. So I start moving down right about here. Like I start, like my movement starts to become fully down right about there, and it places me just past the wall. So all the movement that's going down right is canceled by about here and converted into just down. So I can just start running down. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because like you have control, but like the movement is like you have so much momentum that taking too tight of a turn won't give you any control. So if you do it in the air, it just is a lot smoother. So if you jump from like around here, which it's kind of more of a feel thing. I'm sure you could do it based like count the flowers or something. But I personally just feel it out. I'm like, yeah, it's been this long. Yeah. And so you just jump, hold down, and if you do it right, you'll go down right at the corner and not clip the corner. The 3 button feels so like stiff. Yeah. Yeah. I think Rhodes disagrees with that, but Rhodes is Rhodes. Yeah. Also, oh my god. What? Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, so that kind of messed you up here. But if you do the thing I did, it pretty much puts you on this line. And so like you basically turn right. Right about there. And like it puts you on this line, so like a whole tile over pretty much. And it means you can jump from like here-ish, like pretty much as the slope ends, and then hold right and upright. And it puts you up here on the second row. Yeah, like you want to be, you don't want to be touching the wall because it'll screw you up, but like on the black line or a little bit inside of it, and then you just do right to make sure you clear the corner well and that you land on the row that the spring is on, which I believe is this third row. And then you hold upright so that you're moving the right way. And then you'll be on this yellow tile. And you just let go of jump and buffer jump. So like right before you land, you let go and buffer it. Then you buffer a second full jump, and it should put you up on this brown tile. And then you can short hop and it'll put you, or not completely short hop, like a very small hold on A, and it'll put you on the spring. Whatever you can find works. It's very difficult for me, so if you can get something that's consistent there. That's brave. I would never do that. That's because this is cycle based, so this is moving regardless of if you're on screen. So here, yours should be moving right. You want to be on this square. You pretty much want to be on the right side of the pond, not past the pond, but on the right side. So like if you see, oh yeah, I guess on the right side of the pond, yeah. So you want to be with this black line on the right of the pond, because it's the most consistent way to make the early cycle. Because it doesn't, well it does, but even getting the very end of a cycle is faster than not getting the cycle. So if once you get super consistent at this first section, you can tell when you're late. So if you're late and you know it, you just follow this line, spin dash, and you'll hit the head, unless you're super late, in which case you either get hit or it's just not there. And if you're on time or early, you could still spin dash. You would just have to jump on the, like once you get to the second half of this hole. Making it late. Yeah, so if you make this as fast as possible, you can get it as the worm is like in the first fourth of its arch. So if you're real late, the worm will be in the last fourth entering the hole. so you can spin dash and hit the head, even when it's like almost in the ground. Yeah. And if you're unsure, spin dash and then jump as you reach the hole. Because, but you have to make sure that you either jump before the hole or on the other half of the hole, because the hole is a diamond slope. So if you jump from this part of it, it will slow you down. Yeah. So like if you know you're on time, you can just jump. If you're not sure, you can spin dash, then jump once you clear the hitbox for the head. Like where the head would be if you were spin dashing. And you should make it almost all the time. Yeah, I think that's the best thing about looking at the lines, is because all the lines line up. Yeah. And sometimes here, if you're super duper late, and by late I mean in reference to like IL time, like getting to the 108, he'll not be in a cycle. Like he'll be in the bad part of the cycle, which is underground. So if you get to here and you jump and it's still not there, if you react and hold neutral, you actually lose a lot of speed when holding neutral in the air. And you should land somewhere along here, given, some reaction time. So if you just do that and then do like a half height hop, you should land on it by the time the cycle starts again. So this is important. You need to get this speed shoe here. Right here. No, because you don't need it. Because if you play fast, you can keep the speed shoe even in OG till the time you jump for the second to last. Or the last, like, purple tower dude. So, assuming you had the red flicky right here, you would take this square, the middle of this square, up. And just follow this path. And then roll once you get to the, like, right before the box. And you'll just hit it. And then you turn to the right and make sure you're along this line. So meet up at this little dot. And I'm not real sure about OG. I think this spike ball is kind of scary. You either have to be going fast with full momentum to make it, or maybe you might have to be like under to the bottom side. I'm not sure. If you're not sure, you can just wait and do a full jump, like slow down a little bit, do a full hop, and then just be a good gamer and land on top of it. Yeah. So, yeah, you take that line and do that. Yes. Yeah, so like this, you have to go not only not straight towards the bridge, but you have to take the corner and then go down left and then up left. So like you're going really around a corner. It's not like going here instead of there. Because ideally you would be going up in these squares, and instead you're coming down from these squares. And if you're doing it the way I was just saying, you pretty much just follow like you would pretty much leave where you came and then slope jump up left. So that'd put you like about here. Yeah, and so that puts you like up here-ish. And so like once you're like 3 squares, what I like to do is jump and hold left. Because you lose less momentum when colliding with a wall when in the air. So if you're off, it's not the end of the world. But it's important to make sure you avoid the spiky dude. Spiky miner. So like you want to take somewhere in this range, which is about 3 tiles jump left. And then just line up and hit this dude on the right side. And this is actually a very important air turn to make. The right, because the spiky ball is on the left of the badnik. No, this is always jump. Always jump. Because if you see here, at this point you were moving wrong. Do you see how your momentum's carrying you? Like you're trying to swoop back. Like you're taking like a really wide counterclockwise turn because your momentum's so off. Yeah. And like you immediately go down right after your momentum's already kind of shifting you up left. And the game's going to allow you to do that, which is why you pretty much almost stop that way and then start coming back. And so this is one where it's very important that instead of like you probably should have jumped just a little sooner and holding left a little sooner. Because the hitbox is actually very, very big. So you don't have to anyways, you just have to jump a little bit sooner and hold left a little sooner. And as you hit him, you want to make sure you're holding left at least for a little bit beforehand and continue holding left. So that will put you on this, like right on, like going towards this dot. Like you see the difference here? How much faster is it going to be for you to get momentum up? Going from this way, like wrapping around from the bottom, instead of having to go down right and either turn this way and be off your line, or to swoop the other way and go up. Because your next line is right about here. And also just not getting the air grab sucks. And so like, even if you had gotten the air grab, you would be on this line, which is not where you want to be. You want to be more in the middle of this yellow one, which is where you'll be put if you do the air grab while moving to the left and then doing you don't want to hold, you want to do like a slow counterclockwise motion to turn in the air. You don't want to be real quick with holding the direction you want to go. You kind of want to watch Sonic turn, so you take just a little bit as you go around the D-pad. Yeah. Yeah. And not just is it easier, it's like the only way to conserve momentum. Because otherwise Sonic will just allow you to start accelerating the other way. And it will do that, but if you do it with a slow turn, the movement stays, and that's how you can do the air grabs. Like, if you are going left and you want to go... Yeah. Like, if you do directly right, it'll do what you did on the enemy. Yeah. So it's like... Now, there are times when you want to do what you did here and stop and then accelerate back the way you came, which is the second purple dude in this area. So like the one by the wall in the corner, you hit him and immediately turn back to down right. But it's just one of those things where it's important to hit this guy the proper way and turn the right way so that you're on your line, which is in the center of this second yellow tile from the wall, so that you can jump and do what you did here. Like, you had to adjust midair here, which then messes up your turn. Because if you're having to adjust in the air to hit an enemy, it means that your turn for the next line isn't going to be as clean, which loses time. Like, you don't conserve any momentum for this next jump up the slope. Which, if you... It doesn't really matter which way you turn here, so long as you get the hit and do a movement conserving air turn to grab the flicky and land and jump up the slope. And so yeah, if you do all of this fast with speed shoes on the first time around, your speed shoes will run out about here. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because if you aren't, you know, on pace with IL after, like, once you get the speed shoes, if you aren't keeping pace with that, you won't. Your speed shoes will run out either before your jump or in the middle of your jump, and in the middle it's really weird because it does take your momentum away. So if that happens, you just need to fall short and wait and kind of react to kill it. But like, your line here was good, and you just got messed up because you jumped from the wrong spot, which I frankly don't know the tile for that, to jump onto that hunter or whatever it is, but yeah. I mean, this was fine. Like, your last section was fine. Just got to get the jump. I think that's probably the hardest jump in this area, is getting the jump on that last guy, because it's blind and not very easy. Yeah. I mean, you want him to not move, and that's pretty much it. Do you capture in 60 FPS? Okay. That makes this much harder to tell if you actually get hits or not. Let me turn your sound on. Okay, so that was 2 successful hits. Both, those might have worked too. Okay, neither of those hit. And I can tell you why. Okay, so you jumped too early here. Yeah. So you just need to be a little later. It is kind of a feel thing, but it's like and because you messed it up the first time, you don't stop your momentum. If you mess up the first hit like that, you have to let go completely, stop your momentum, jump without holding a direction, and then go into Eggman. Otherwise, your momentum will force you into the edge of him while you're going up. Yeah, the reason your last one here failed was because you moved. That one hit, but that was mostly because you just got lucky with the timing of the first hit. But like do you see what's wrong with this one? No, you are perfect. You jumped into his thing because you started moving. So like, yeah, if you're that close to him, you have to just wait until you're in the air to move. Yeah. So like, if you're going to run into him, you have to be like back here. If you're going to do the first hit with a run jump. Because otherwise you will just you will move to him too fast relative to how high you jump. So you'll just not be high enough to hit him. Whereas if you had just like gone full jump height, then moved, you would. So because of that, like, look, you start moving here. Oh God. Thank you, Twitch. Very cool. Yeah. But like here, you see where you are in your jump? Yeah, so like you're moving beforehand, which isn't great, and then you're continuing to move. And so like in the next couple frames, you hit the edge of them because you're so low. So if you just stop before you jump, if you're just standing still, Rhodes actually does this a lot. He'll just stand still during GG3. Yeah. Like Rhodes starts moving like as he's like 3/4 into the height of his jump. He doesn't move on the ground beforehand, and he's fairly close to Eggman. Yeah. It is kind of a thing you just have to learn. You don't have to wait a long time. Like, you really don't. But if you don't wait long enough, you will just hit the rim. And if you wait too long, you can't get the second hit. Which, let me go use the restroom real quick. I'll just let this play, so if you see anything, let me know. I'll be right back. 24. Yeah, 25 is the usual RTA, 24 is IL, because it does some dumb stuff. No, it does it does it on the ramp. It's just a pain. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. And I just realized that the recording does not have your voice in it for the first hour. Oops. Alright. That was fine, except for the jump over the spikes. Are you here, by the way?
Oh my god, I have been talking, but my mic has been not. So now, anyway, I was just remarking that my GG3 was a 34 in this, which is kind of gross.
Yeah, that happens. For here, this is a very lenient cycle, by the way. But you can almost just jump from this dot over here.
Yeah.
Take this line, holding right, jump, and land over here.
I'm gonna try that right now.
For the first part from falling down from the slope to go around the corner to the alligator, I got no tips for you. I don't know how to do that either. OG is dumb.
OG sure is a game.
Yep.
A game that I enjoy, but also can be quite frustrating and hurts my hands.
Mm-hmm. I finally get my Genesis back, hopefully by Thursday, so I'll be able to enjoy the pain.
Enjoy the pain. Hopefully I'm working towards a goal in another game right now, but as soon as I get it, like I want to get off of the N64 for like a second, and so I want to get on my Genesis again and just like work on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, this was fine. You did all the strats, just didn't hit the.
Sometimes there's like a weird turn in the air, or just like I drop my momentum because I tried to do something weird.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, that's just practice. It's not like you're going for the wrong thing.
This part with a D-pad. Okay, not this one, but one of these spins, like the longer spin coming up with a D-pad. I hate it so much. I can get consistent inputs on the D-pad, but when you're trying to like loop around those spikes, you know what I mean? The snaking, like that is so unintuitive.
I'm gonna help you so much here. So just, I've got you.
Okay.
But here, you don't need to slow down, and slowing down is bad because it means you aren't going fast. Hold down here. Be on this line, hold down here, switch from down left to down. You will do a sweeping curve this way, and you may almost hit this wall. If you do, it's no big deal. You just, around here, you switch to down right, and you'll make it through here in some fashion. Doesn't really matter how.
Tile it is again that I'm going to be holding down on?
From up here. Oh, it's off screen, so let me go back.
I keep doing like a too wide of a turn.
So here, this is late. You want to be in between the middle of here and this dot. Somewhere in this section right here, you hold down. Okay. And you should hopefully go along this area. So like right in front of this, where the wall becomes a corner, so right in front of this corner, and then you'll slide to the point like along this side of this wall. So it'll go from there over to here. And
it's
then
surprising.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly earlier than I think it is.
Yeah, because you have no, or your physics are so slippery, so you just have to do it real early.
Yeah. Because I keep trying it earlier and earlier, and every time it ends up being too late. So I'm trying to get this timing. That might be something I need to watch people do. Yeah, I keep getting a bounce off of one of the walls.
Let me check my VOD just to be sure.
Ooh, wait a minute. I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, there we go. I wasn't holding down right once I got around that first curve.
Yeah, like around the middle of the curve. After the corner, you have to hold down right.
Yeah. So like I was getting like the big sweeping motion into the corner, but then I wasn't able to control Sonic afterwards because I wasn't holding down right. So
yeah, you see, I
yes, come on.
I moved down left from the spinner. Like I didn't hold it. I didn't try to get on the middle line or whatever. I held down left, and I started holding down from about the middle of this yellow tile, or a little bit before. So like it moves the area up a little bit. So you go from like this dot to about halfway back to the next tile, from about that dot to halfway in front of the next tile. And so like it does this nice curve right in front of this area, like I said. And it slides along this wall. Now that's not the greatest one, but it works. And I actually bounce off the wall. But that's okay, because as long as you, like, bounces aren't slow. I don't know if you know this, but bounces actually, like, keep you at a high speed when you're in the spin mode. So hitting a wall isn't bad so long as you go the right direction. And then I always jump after I break the pillars, just so I can have control of Sonic again, because you'll be moving the same speed either way.
Yeah, and there's yeah.
So I just do it and react to this bee. This bee is a fucking bitch. Well, let me tell you what. Bees are terrible. I hate bees. They are, from what I understand, global timer and position based. So, yeah, like, it's pseudo-random.
Technically deterministic, but...
Yeah.
Not really, because...
Yeah.
Who's ever gonna be able to match that?
It's like how the fire in Volcano Valley seems random. It isn't.
But it might as well be.
Yeah. And I think with the bee, it's the same thing, but the intervals for when it'll choose which direction to move once it's on screen are more frequent. So it's like being half a second off, or let's say being like a tenth of a second off would maybe be the difference between it going to the bottom or to the top, as opposed to something like being a tenth of a second off for a spike ball. It's not going to matter if you're that far off a pace on a spike ball, but it will if you're on a B.
Right, so jump immediately after breaking that pillar. Yeah, there's no like look at the confusion that causes, kind of. And then so you jumped like straight off the slope there.
That's it's so dumb. That's like an IL strat. If you're jumping off that slope, I would not recommend it because it is global timer based. If you do not play the whole level up to that point correctly, you will be too slow and hit the spike ball.
Okay, well, I will keep that in mind.
So if you're not going for IL, I think what you did is fine. Do this.
I'm forgetting that I always forget that IL strats are always like completely different than what you want to use in a speedrun, because a lot of the time IL strats are risky as hell.
Yeah, unless, you know, you're Void.
Which there is only one.
Yep. So right here, let me bring this up. Please don't embarrass me, myself.
I don't know what's more embarrassing than my footage, so you're fine.
Okay, so that's actually a Void thing. Hold on, let me go back because this is something I learned from Void.
That's a super cool piece of movement right there.
Yeah.
So it looks like you jumped, you spin dash the moment you hit the ground to kill that enemy straight into the thing, and then you went back to grab the green guy.
Yeah. So like
that's big brain.
Most people jump on it, but I saw Void one time run, like just jump over the spikes and roll into it. And that probably saves time, like maybe like 4 frames or something like that. So I started doing it. But as long as you can land on it, and if like you accidentally do the fast strat, then you just hold spin dash like that, and it just auto buffer does spin dash. And so I embarrass myself.
Rewind it just a little bit so I can see that in slow motion.
I wish this playback was half decent.
Jump spin. Oh man, that is so clean.
And for that, you do have to take a little bit of a wider line. So like you saw that I jumped from the from closer to there. Like I jumped from over on this side, where if you're just jumping directly onto it, you have a lot more leniency where you can jump from like close to the wall, so long as you're far enough away you don't clip it when you turn. But let me find my DXPB so that I can show you how to not embarrass yourself on that thing every single time. On that spin section.
It's gonna be hard.
Okay, I'm just a god at timing. Oh, shit. So, this is actually dependent on which spinner you get. So, optimally, you want to get the spinner in the second spinner from the bottom.
Yeah.
But regardless of which spinner you get, pretty much the flicky, unless you get this bottom one, will always be up, or I guess upright to you, if you don't get it when you hit it. So like you do that, you hold upright a little bit, and then you want to pretty much line yourself up so that you're holding right and going right across a little above this dot. So like in this area. And so, like you see, I'm going right, And then like as I fall down, I hold down right so that I'm now in front of this line, like to the in between the middle of this tile and this line.
Yeah.
And so like my momentum is kind of carrying me because I held right so long and then I started down right as like I landed pretty much. And so once I got past this second tile, or this step, and started here, I started holding down. And I probably held down too early, but you see I just barely clipped past that corner, and then I start holding down left and then left. Or no, I hold down left just a little bit, and then I hit this corner.
I see what you're doing here. You're setting yourself up to take a diagonal line straight past those spike balls.
Yeah. Now that's actually very hard. So if you're late to hit the wall, you hit the spike balls. If you're too early to hit the wall, you hit the other wall and hit the spike balls. So you have to either be on point with your thing with going around it, or like you do the setup for it each time. So like the way you grab the flicky, go across, and then enter the steps and go up out of the steps. You want to do that each time the same. But if you don't get it just right and you don't feel 100% about getting the line, what you can do is hold left, and if you're still going too fast that you don't think you're going to clear the spikes, you hold upright. Now that sounds very stupid, but it functions the same way that I do the quick spin charges onto the panels after the gold rings. I am putting in the opposite direction of my momentum, and so it stops me really, really fast. And so if you do that here, it'll give you enough time to at least react and move while keeping some of your momentum, maybe even most of it, depending on how much you slow down. And then you take this turn. And again, you want to like left, down, left, take this turn and line up in between these two dots. So like in between the dot that is the diagonal of this yellow tile and the ones that are the diagonal of this blue tile. So you line up in between them. And so like I have to adjust up there a little bit because I'm too low. And so then once I get here, I switch to down right, and I still hit the wall. So since I hit the wall, I just know, and I hold right a little bit more, so I clear that. And then I know I'm going right into this, so I start holding down left a little bit again to make my angle right. And I go right into the B. And then I just
wait to collect that flicky.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's faster. I believe waiting's faster, so long as you get it on the first like come around once you're able to collect it. And then here you can either jump or you can spin into it. It doesn't matter. Both are equal speed pretty much.
What happens to your momentum jumping out of it like that?
Here, I just jumped on a slope and it screwed me up. Jumping out of it in general, you keep your momentum fully. There's no downside to it.
No matter, even if it's not the same direction as you were initially going.
No, I mean like all normal Sonic physics apply.
Yeah.
It's no different than running in regards to jumping.
Yeah.
And since you got the bottom spinner there, you hold up there for a little bit instead of upright. You just hold up and then upright and then do the lineup.
Up a little bit just to get around the corner, yeah.
Yeah, get around the corner and make sure you grab the green flicky.
That line would have been good if I followed it.
Also, when you're doing that turn to come into this section, you more than likely will need to slow down, because if nothing else, you want to just make sure you don't hit the wall on the steps from passing by the first spike ball. and like it's just super hard to carry your momentum. So it's fine to like tap upright a couple times, or just the opposite of whatever direction you're going, just to make sure that you line up in this little dot, like this area between the dots.
Yeah.
Because anything else, you either hit the wall or you hit one of these walls without intending to.
And that just makes everything.
Yeah. You get kind of lucky there, honestly, with the wall bounces. And then, yeah, that's fine. So you just need to turn faster there. So you're not preemptively turning. So when you hit a flicky, you have to start the turn in the air preemptively so that it captures your momentum right. Because it's not going to really change your momentum, but it does encourage you a little bit. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it like gives you a little boost in whatever you're trying to do. So if you're going up left into an enemy, and as you hit it, you're holding down right, it'll stop you faster than like just holding down right in the air. So you just want to make sure you start turning, especially for flickies like this, a little bit before you hit them, because it just the way it works, it influences your movement a little more and helps you turn. Keep a tighter turn. You just need to be on this other line. You jump from this one, just gotta be the next one down. That's it. Hold roll.
Do you just roll down those stairs?
No, I mean if you jump, hold roll. You will buffer roll.
Oh, kind of like a drop dash.
Sure. I don't know what that is, but yes.
In Mania, if you're in the air and you hold A, Sonic charges a spin dash automatically, and when he drops to the ground, immediately he dashes forward, like he just charges a spin dash. But obviously it's not the same thing, but...
Yeah, I mean, no, it just puts you in roll state immediately, so... I hate the terminology for this, but you have jump buffering or jump storage. That also applies to rolling. So when you press that input in the air, the first available frame upon becoming grounded, you will start that process. So for jumping, you have... Are you familiar with Smash terms?
Some.
Like, do you know jump squat?
No.
So jump squat is the amount of frames that you stay on the ground after pressing jump. Like after the jump process has started, you're on the ground for X frames until you actually enter the air.
Oh, yes, I do know what that is now that you've explained it.
Well, that's how you know things. You get them explained to you.
Or I meant like...
Yeah, I know.
The term. Somebody has explained this to me before, and yeah, you jogged my memory.
Yeah, so Sonic has a jump squat in this game, and it is 3 frames. He enters the air on the 4th frame. So if you buffer jump after this, you will be able to hit the enemy on the 4th frame after you land. So if you land pretty much on top of the enemy but don't hit him, you will just get hit. And that applies also for the roll. You have a couple frames before your roll hitbox comes out to kill the enemy.
So you need to land right before it.
Yeah, just a little bit for it. You can be really, really, really close. Like, it's not a lot of frames. But yeah. Not on top of them. So, like, if your jump isn't feeling right, let go of jump and just hold roll. and just make sure you're on the center line holding down right, and you'll just roll into it instead. I personally have a lot of trouble getting the jump on it, so I just don't even worry about getting the jump, and I just make sure I roll.
I do cheating splits here too. I end my time the moment Sonic touches the X. Everybody else does it, I think, when the screen flashes.
Everybody else does it. I swear every runner does it differently.
I always go by, I think I've seen the most is when the screen flashes. I do that for bosses, but for levels, they end when I touch the X. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Which the in-game timer doesn't stop then, so yeah, however you want to time it.
That jump is surprisingly easy to manage down under that alligator right there.
Yeah, it's a very easy jump with a lot of leniency.
Yeah, it's relatively simple to make almost every time. I've never really had too much trouble with it.
Honestly, I do a short jump there so that you don't have to do this correction you did. And if I'm too short, I just hold roll. And I roll off that second ledge into the thing.
That's a really good backup and like a good way to maintain your pace there.
Yeah. And then from here, get the flicky.
I'm trying.
If you want to do the jump from this second or this last platform, you have to be more in the middle of the platform you're on right now, because you won't have enough space to turn and jump, which you try and you don't have the space. So you just have to be more up on that second to last platform.
Could you reverse it a little bit?
So like here is fine. Like if you do this, then turn down from here and then just hold jump once you leave the platform, or even from this line. But if you're doing it from inside this yellow square, you will not have the space to jump and not clip a wall.
Okay.
That jump's actually super forgiving, by the way, and you can overshoot the goal a lot.
Yeah, I've overshot it more than I haven't. Yeah, what's up with the momentum on this? Sometimes I feel like I guess I just didn't, like, I stopped and waited for it. I don't know if that's what really killed me there.
I actually can't tell you much about this because for some reason, Burton changed the way slopes work in DX, so I'm very unfamiliar with this in particular.
Okay, yeah.
But I do know from here, you should not turn. You need to hold up left the whole time.
Yeah, that's probably why he stopped there on that platform.
You turn there.
Like, oh, I'm running right into the wall. I can see it.
So if you hadn't, you would land up here, and then you'd wait just a fraction of a second so that Sonic keeps his moving momentum up the thing. And I forget how Sonic works in this one. You either hold neutral and jump, and it'll keep you in place, or you hold up left and jump in the direction of the slope, which is up left, I believe. Or the direction opposite of where the slope wants you to go. And you'll jump mostly in place. So if you jump mostly in place, the other spring platform will come out right about here, and then as you're about to hit it, you continue holding up left. So like once you jump, you let go, and then once you're about to hit the platform, you hold the direction again, and it'll get you enough to go pretty much, like it'll land you at least here, and you can walk up this slope. This you cannot walk up. This one you can. So if you land here, just continue to hold up left, and you'll walk up and hit the spinner.
Ugh. I just cracked my back. Oh, I forgot how game works there.
Yeah.
This jump is a little bit weird, but not terrible with the D-pad to line up. I got used to this spring jump through Saturn Best Ending, which I learned initially on a 3D pad.
Yeah.
But the more I do it with a D-pad, the easier this jump feels for that spring.
I think D-pad is superior for this game, at least with how I look at it, just because of the line stuff.
I really am coming around to that way of thinking. The Saturn 3D pad, like you can see me overcorrect by millions of pixels for units.
Yeah.
For missed jumps and all this stuff, and it's because it's kind of a crutch to have, at least for me, to have a control stick with this game.
Yeah. This jump is kind of whatever. There's so many different ways to do it, and there's only one true fast way, and it's stupid. No offense, Void, but it's stupid. And yeah, if you don't want to practice the way Void does it, then just find something that works often and isn't terribly slow.
Is Void the person you watch the most for movement?
Yeah. Which I actually disagree with a lot of Void's movement, which is funny, but I just generally watched the top 3 and then Lexi.
I haven't watched Lexi play, but I know she is quite good.
Yeah,
she does play.
She's very good. She just doesn't do full runs often anymore.
Yeah. She keeps moving on from one game to another, because I saw her doing SA2B for quite a while, and then she moved over to Heroes, and now she's doing Heroes.
Yeah. But I think those are like the best people to watch for just learning movement, because like Lexi does the fast thing fast. Rhodes does most of the fast strats, but then he'll do some like kind of, I guess, habits.
Call them road strats.
Yeah, road strats. He does some road strats that kind of make life easier.
Here and now, the road strats.
I'm on board. Yeah.
Okay.
So Rhodes does the road strats, which are they're easier and like debatably slower most of the time. But like he does them well, so because they're a little bit easier, so it works out. And then Void just makes shit up. I don't know what to tell you.
Void has like the power to make anything in this game fast.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think watching all of them gives you enough information to figure out what to do and when. Hitting that thing is just practice, by the way. So
this one's just tight lines here, which
if you get on this line, you have to correct. You need to be back on the right side of this line.
Is that for the jump over to the top part here?
Yeah. So like.
Oh yeah, look how much I'm hugging that and then can't get on.
You literally cannot go up here. Like you just can't. That's not how the game works. You have to be on this line. Hold up about here. Jump. And then in the air, hold up left. And that'll put you, hopefully, up here. Sometimes you'll get stuck on this wall if you don't jump, right? Which, yeah. It's a hard jump.
There's that correction I couldn't do.
Okay, so here, if you get stuck here, you cannot hold like you are now. You have to land here with no momentum. Wait until you land, then hold, short hop, go to the edge of this platform, jump. Because you get stuck here, and now you have absolutely no way of getting enough momentum to jump across here and land on the this part. So instead you land here, you get stuck again. So if you had just waited after you got stuck the first time and built up enough momentum, you could have jumped to this area the first time. You can just jump. No need to go the way the game wants you to.
What do you mean here? Like, jump over these slopes?
I mean, you can literally jump from this tile to that tile.
Oh.
Like, that is a 2-block high section. You can just jump up that. So once you get the thing, just go up this way and jump. You don't have to worry about this wall at all. Just jump.
That's... Whoa. That's like... Nice.
Yeah, that's fine. Make sure you're not on the right of this tile.
Yeah. I mean, I'm noticing it now. Okay, so you want to get into spinny mode before you attack that person?
No.
Oh?
What you do is right. Because if you go into spinny mode and then do this section in the way that you're implying, you don't have enough speed to do it correctly.
Oh, well, okay then.
Because if you're going to do this, you are gambling on the spike being in the right position, or you are doing the strat slower than it is to do the other strat. So like this is a fine strat, it is fast. Doing it this slowly is not. And I don't mean that in a mean way, I'm just saying if you go and do the slope jump and then go from there, that is faster and safer than doing the other strat slow or doing it fast and getting hit.
Was breaking that one pillar there and a diagonal jump to the goal ring, was that optimal?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Okay.
You just have to make sure not to break this one, because this one is what stops Sonic. And if you don't, he has to walk farther, and I'm pretty sure it slows down. RTA. If you're doing IL times, it doesn't matter, because the time stops before you gets all the way. Like, it doesn't matter.
Here's me failing this, like, 20 times in a row.
Alright, so what are you holding on this frame?
I don't know. I could not tell you.
If you don't answer down left, you're wrong. Because you should be holding down left before it loads in, and you were holding down left here. You might have rotated from right. I forget how Sonic turns, which is why I asked in the Discord, but nobody knows, and I don't know because I don't have my Genesis. But Sonic will always turn a direction. And I'm just going to assume that you held down left here and he turned that way because of that and not because you did a swoop.
So if I would have held down left before it loaded in, he would have done it without that swooping turn?
No, he always does a swooping turn. The down left thing is just to be consistent.
Yeah, okay. So down left to grab the ring and then
you turn too early. You hit this wall. And this was part of what I was asking in the Discord is when you turn, for this trick specifically, and in most other scenarios, you do that slow circular turn like you do with collecting the flickies.
Okay.
Because if you hit this wall and turn upright, you will go down. You will turn downwards, turn counterclockwise, and then you're on the wrong side of Eggman. So you have to go from down left, left, up, right, or up, right. Otherwise you would turn the wrong way. So because you turn too early, your momentum's all fucked up and you're on the wrong line. You're too far to the left here, which is completely doable. But if you don't know you're too far to the left, you can't do the trick. So ideally, you should be in like the middle of this yellow tile. And what that means is you need to jump about here-ish. So like about there you jump. Or you could probably jump just slightly sooner than you did. But you have to turn left, or turn right a lot sooner. You see where your shadow is lined up?
Yeah.
That means you're to the left of Eggman. So like his hitbox does not extend all the way around here. Like it pretty much stops right here. And as you can see, you're just hitting the wall. There's no hitbox there. So you have to like line up and hit this part.
More towards the middle-ish?
Yeah. So like you're trying to get hit there. So like your shadow should be this way. Because like this shadow is not directly below this. So it's like the corner up here is essentially around here on the floor. So you want to be lined up with that. So it's kind of this dot here. You want to be in this area when you start holding right. So if you're in the middle of this yellow tile, or even a little left to the middle of it, you'll come here, you'll get hit, and you'll get knocked onto this area. And that's perfect.
Could you pull up like a good video or just of like a good example of this? This has been tricky for me. I cannot get this consistently.
It's like
part of it is just like I really wasn't sure how to maneuver, and I have a better idea now, but I just like need to see that. Okay.
I hate Twitch. I turn a little early too, but you see where I am? I'm to the left of the middle here.
Wow, that jump is earlier than I thought it was.
You can really jump from anywhere in here. You just have to be at the near the top of your height as you hit this.
And that's so, and then go neutral on the damage boost, right?
No, right.
Oh.
The damage boost will send you the opposite direction you were holding, not the opposite direction you are going.
Oh.
And if you look back, also, let me just go in order here. So you can turn on this thing, but like I said, you have to do this little circular motion thing. Or you can hit the wall. I think the wall is something I do for DX, and it may just be a little different here. Either way, you need to be...
I got... Oh, okay. I think I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very, very simple quick kill. It's just you have to do it right. If you do not do it right, it does not work.
Yeah, it's... If I could just share my screen real quick.
Yeah, that's good.
Since I have the game open. Tell me if you can see that, okay?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. It's muted right now.
I'm gonna put this on my screen for the VOD.
Okay. I'm gonna give this a try using the information. Yes! Yep. Come on, let's go!
Like I said, it's that easy.
Oh my god, that felt so good. Now that I have an idea how this works, I got a PB in 3D in the Saturn version where I got that by accident. And my gold has been kind of not screwed up, but I like couldn't replicate it ever since, and it's been giving me so much trouble. Oh my god. Okay, I think I get it. I just need to try it one more time.
I forget who. I think it's the only kid actually has a very good video on it. It's like, it's no commentary, but it's text on screen and pauses and shows you how to do it.
No! Oh, I malfunctioned.
And taking a death there is always quickest.
No!
You have to
hold right long enough.
No, you held it too soon.
Oh.
So you have to hold it as, like, pretty much right as you're getting hit. So you, what happened there was you were on the black line, and I guess with that you just need to hold it a little sooner. If you do it like towards the middle of the yellow tile, it's pretty much right as, but
okay, yeah, I'm gonna
just a little bit sooner.
I'm gonna aim for that. Okay, I think, but I do think I get this a little bit better now.
Now that I'm looking back on it, in OG, middle of the yellow tile may not be as feasible and fast, frankly.
So, okay.
So the black line's fine. You just have to know when to turn.
I'm malfunctioning when I'm trying to run up now because I'm getting overexcited. Let's try this again. Ugh.
Yeah, that's just a little too late.
No, okay, why am I so bad?
Just didn't hold it.
No, I held R at the wrong time. Come on. I should practice this on... I wish I could do this. Come on. The Saturn version, the menu has no music, and it's just bizarre.
I hate it.
I don't get that choice. They must have just ran out of time.
I think so.
Knowing the nature of how the Saturn version... I'm hitting, like... there's the angle I need. Come on. Yes!
There you go.
No!
So that's one thing. You saw how your shadow, the middle of it, was a little bit above the right corner.
Yeah,
of the paw. Ideally, you want to be in the middle, like the middle of your shadow to be in the middle of that corner, or to be slightly to the bottom of it. But this is also an important thing, is you cannot hold right the entire time once you get on the paw. Because you, for some reason in OG, well, and in DX as well, but you build up a lot of speed, and the knockback doesn't take it away from you once you hit him. So for like the first 2-3 hits, you hold right, and then you can, if you know when, you can run off the platform, or you just hold neutral after you get hit and then hold right as you land. That also works.
I think this lineup looks good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the record on this?
10. 11s are the consistent RTA time. 10s are very...
10 is IL magic?
Not really, it's just you have to jump at the right time when Eggman's coming down, so if you're slow to the setup, you can't get a 10, or if you're slow to that jump specifically, if you wait too long. Well, once you're on there.
Oh my gosh. I think I get this. Nope. Nope.
Also, you don't want to hold jump the entire time, because as you can see, it slows you down. Yeah, that's not a 10, but that's very close.
I feel decent about this. Like, I think I get it a little bit better.
Yeah, when I was commentating ESA, I said, like, this is not an easy trick, but if you sit down for 15-30 minutes, you can do this consistently. Assuming you just have the right information.
I'm the kind of person where it's like, if I'm like, I'm sorry, wait, let me rephrase. I always find that when it comes to like speedrunning stuff like this, there's always like a key piece of information that helps me like discern, like make that breakthrough. And like that whole thing about holding right when you're getting hit is what I needed. Damn it.
Yeah.
I just want to stop doing that. Brother, please, Sonic. Please,
that
Sonic.
would have worked. You just had to know you were so inside of the yellow tile that you had to hold right so much later. That's the one thing to being super consistent at this, is just knowing when to hold right based on where you are in relation to that black line. Like if you're super far to the right of it, then you have to hold right pretty much the moment you get hit, like just like a frame or two before. And if you're further to the left of it or on it, you have to hold it somewhat before you get hit.
Oh, whoops. Wrong level. Okay, I'm pressing the wrong button. No, oh, here we go. Left, down left, grab that. I was going to say, oh god. I was going to say grab that note. Grab that ring. Upright. Jump when I'm kind of in that space between the lines, and hold right as Sonic get hit. Like, I get it. I get it. I gotta get it. I just gotta get it.
I can teach you SS3 if you want.
Yeah, I actually, like, the only way I'm gonna get that is if there's, like, a professional in here helping me out, so yes, please.
Yeah, we can work on SS3. SS3 is very fun. It is by far the best.
Like, I really, with SS3, the problem
you have to adjust down there. If you're that high, you have to jump and then just adjust down. Sorry to cut you off, but you just have to adjust if you're that high on the paw. Otherwise, even with the fast strat, you can't get that.
SS3 is a thing that I just, it's so hard to read someone's explanation of it for me.
What makes my explanations great is that they're super easy to understand if you know how I think about the game.
They're super easy to understand if you're me.
Yeah, if you're just me, they're great.
I need to be you then. This is
Yeah, that's your problem. You aren't me. That's why you're not the absolute best Sonic Blast player ever. You aren't myself.
Alright, well. how do I become you? What do I do? Do I hold down left?
You hold down left.
And then you just transform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on, Sonic, please. It would be so nice if you just... Yes, come on. Oh, imagine not holding the button. Oh my god. Okay, so when he goes, like, far back like that, my assumption there is that I didn't hit him at the right point in my jump. Oh, and I...
Yeah, if you go that far to the back of the paw, that pretty much means you hit the wall.
Yeah,
and then you hit Eggman.
It's kind of a weird adjust.
I like to say adjusts are super easy, but adjusts are only super easy if you just have put in 1,000 hours and can move Sonic well without having to think about it. So inherently, it is not easy.
I get it, but I don't get it. Crush me. Or just kill me. Okay, that was an early jump, that felt like.
No, you just held right too late. If you get hit like that, it's always you held right too late.
Okay. Okay.
I'm actually gonna go grab a glass of water, so.
You're all good. I'm just gonna keep failing this.
You'll get it.
I'm trying.
I saw a quick kill.
Just about. I fell off the paw for the last jump, but I was on it for the rest of it. I just kind of like, I think I tried to adjust something, or I was just late on a cycle.
Mm.
I'm getting it. I'm noticing it's really starting to become obvious when I'm not holding right. Come on, no! I didn't hold buttons. Why can't I hold buttons?
Here, let me show you how I did this, because I think it'll help. So ignore the fact that DX's movement is a little bit different here, but it's the same concept.
Let me pull your screen back into focus here.
Yeah, let me know when you got it.
Where? It says I popped out to another window, but okay, there it is. No, okay, yeah. I tried to press play on the play button on your screen, and then it zoomed out Discord. I was like, oh, wait.
Okay, so that's pretty much as soon as possible as you can hit it. Maybe a little bit sooner. But you see how I hit right, I let go about here, and then I start holding right again. So like I hold right as I get hit, I go neutral as I'm bouncing back, and then I start holding right again as I'm falling.
So neutral as you're bouncing back, but right as soon as you've got Sonic lined up and falling.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gives you... This is an 11. Yeah. Rip.
Ripperino. Too far. I felt how far to the left that one was. Man, not having a good way to practice because I have to just keep resetting my console, but whatever. Oh, I think I was holding up left instead of left. Something weird there.
Yeah. I'm trying to, watching yours is definitely like a rhythm to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very muscle memory rhythm based boss fight.
Oh, it's so frustrating when he doesn't bounce back the right way. Like, you know, like you can feel it in your soul.
Yeah. Also, I think trying to pause and make sure you're on the right spot when you're doing the turn to go towards Eggman will just mess you up. So I think just powering through and making sure to just do the motion every time and learn to correct when you hold right first is more important than trying to correct which line you're on. Because like you don't have a lot of time to do this trick. And like if you're late to getting on the pause, you just can't do the whole trick.
Oh.
So there, when I would hold neutral to do the rhythm, you have to correct. So instead of holding neutral, you'll hold down a little bit and try and get on the right spot and then hold right again. You jumped too late there.
Yeah, he was just below the paw when he finally hit him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you just had to buffer jump. Oh, that's one thing. I always buffer the jumps on the paw.
Like, you're holding A before you land?
Yeah, so I jump, hit Eggman, let go of A, press A again.
Okay.
And then a repeat.
I'm gonna get this. I can feel it, like... That's all I can say right now is I can feel it. Like, I understand it, but not enough to get it. Come on. Jump, late jump. Didn't hold right. Oh my god, holding A makes it feel so much better.
It makes it a lot more rhythmic, doesn't it? Just being able to focus on where you are.
All you have to do is focus on when you're pressing right.
Yeah.
That's it. Like holding A is makes that not awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that earlier, but I'm sorry. I just assume everyone does buffered jumps because that's all I ever do.
No, never. Is this something I should be thinking about way more than I am?
You should pretty much always buffer a jump. Like if you can buffer a jump, you should buffer a jump.
Like, I know I can't compare it to drop dash since that reference didn't land, but it's very similar.
It's similar in use, yeah.
Yeah, because drop dash is all about keeping your spin dash is... Oh, frick. Come on. Yeah,
if you're going to correct, you have to keep holding right till you're over the paw, and then you can let go of neutral. Like, it seems like you have no control over your momentum, but you really have a lot, and you need to take advantage of it.
I don't know how that one didn't work.
You were too slow to getting up there.
Okay. I was gonna say, that felt good getting up there. I guess I was a little slow.
Like, you want to hit Eggman as the camera moves. Like, the moment the camera starts moving, you want to hit Eggman. Or just a little bit after, because that's when he's low enough for you to hit him. So you want to be in the air before the camera moves down. And by, like, in the air off the paw. So, like, waiting that long means you won't get the cycle. Okay, so you have to just get the movement up towards the line correct.
Come on.
That's one where you just have to know that you're slow and have to correct down on the last hit just to land on the paw so that you can get the last hit in. That's just like an experience thing.
Yeah, this is clearly I'm getting up onto the paw much more often now. Now the problem is I can't do this like the whole sequence of events.
Yeah. It's just it's really important to get on the paw as fast as possible. Because you can be up there before you actually have the time to hit Eggman.
Oh, arg.
Like, you don't need to be stopping there to get on that line. You just need to make it one smooth motion. Like that, exactly. And see, now you were too early. You were so fast, Eggman wasn't low enough.
Oh god, okay, so trying to go fast either ends up in that line or... Let's just restart. There's no reason to let Sonic die there.
Yeah, so it's like you have to be able to get up there that fast. And then... And like being up there that fast gives you time to correct if you know you're immediately in the wrong spot.
Yeah, so that time I'm taking to try and correct my line is better spent trying to correct once I'm on the paw.
Yeah, and because the area in which you have to actually get up there is very huge. You just need to make the circular motion tighter. Yeah, like that.
I should have adjusted. I had the time.
And remember, when you adjust in the air, you have to do it once you're over the paw again. Otherwise, it won't work.
Ah, shoot.
Hey, Void.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I just woke up from a really long nap, but otherwise I'm okay.
Long
that's
nap
great.
good. Well, occasionally. They can make you feel really groggy, too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I have a bit of a headache since I just woke up.
I'm trying to learn RR3 fast and kind of almost getting it. Nice.
Yeah, you were just too fast and had to wait. Like, as the camera starts to pan down, that's when Eggman is low enough to be hit. So you have to wait, like, pretty much till you see it happen, and then jump. Yeah, you were just too far up. It wouldn't work with that.
Yeah, I felt bad the moment I got on the paw. I have, like, almost there. Oh, too far left.
Well, no, that was just you didn't hold right soon enough. If you had held right a little sooner, you would have corrected for being so far left and then hit the thing and landed on the paw. So it's like if you're to the left of the black line, you need to hold right like a significant amount sooner.
That jump felt bad. We'll get there. Really trying.
I might just go ahead and post this all to YouTube afterwards. Just post it in Discord.
Oh, I already messed up. Wow, I cannot get back on that paw now, really? I'm hitting. I know what's happening there. I'm going into it like up slightly upright, and that's not the angle.
Yeah, you have to hit it full on right. There are two directions to hold once you get lined up, and that is upright and right, and those are the only two directions. So once you jump, all you know next is that you have to hit right. And just depending on how left you are, you just got to know when that right input is. Like, there you were so left that you hit the paw with your head. So you can't be that far left. And there, if you're that far to the left, I think you have to hold right pretty much like as as Sonic goes over the little dot on the ground.
No. I forgot to grab a ring.
Yeah, that's important.
It's an important part of taking damage in Sonic. One second, sorry.
You're good. I messaged S2 to see if he wanted to learn SS3, but I haven't heard anything.
SS3 is going to be a journey.
Yeah.
I really want to learn that 17. I'm not going to lie.
It's surprisingly consistent if you know what you're looking for. Unless you do it how Void does it, because Void's crazy and it makes no sense to me. How you consistently do that SS3.
Oh, I cannot get a good thing going here.
The thing is, even I still can't get the SS3 consistently.
Oh.
Dude, it's so reactionary. It's like a good 1 in 5 shot.
Well then.
If I don't feel confident enough, I just go for the 6 hit and then go to the top and get the 2 from the spike top.
Well, I maybe I'm tooting my own horn as the local not 25er. But I think my setup for SS3 is actually super consistent and very easy to adjust to. You know, assuming you have like relative ability to minutely adjust Sonic. Which you certainly do, Void.
I do, but then it's also a detriment because I overcompensate for some of the adjustments.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It's like I jump into it, and I don't get the boost because I'm not holding right, and I make a resolve to hold right next time, and then I do it, and then I mess up something else up once I'm on the paw after getting there.
Yeah. This is just kind of the learning grind. Like,
yeah.
It just messes you up.
Oh,
doing it for so consistently long.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't adjust. That was a horrible angle, and I should have adjusted it.
I actually don't know the proper adjustment for when your shadow isn't even on the paw because you're so high up.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, I don't think you have enough time to be able to try to readjust once you're on the paw.
Yeah. And one thing is, if you're going to adjust, you have to do it in the air. If you're wasting time between hits to adjust, you just won't be able to get the 11.
What am I doing in these jumps where I hit Eggman, but Sonic immediately falls down? Like, am I holding?
You're holding neutral too soon. So, like I showed you with DX, I hold neutral very, very soon because the momentum is very messed up. You want to hold neutral, like I said, like as you're over the paw.
Okay, so I'm not holding right long enough.
Yes. So you want to hold neutral, like as your shadow is back over the paw, which I was saying, like you want to do all your adjustment while you're over the paw because you actually have a surprising amount of speed control in this one, in OG.
I'll go ahead and say for whenever I do this, I just full send right the first I want to say first 3 or first 4 hits, and then after the 4th hit, I just jump into him with full momentum and hold neutral, and he still has enough momentum to go back to the paw.
Now, when you got when you're saying hold neutral, you mean
just like go to the D-pad.
Yeah, just stop pressing buttons.
Yeah, I knew what you mean, but saying hold neutral kind of made it a little confusing.
Hold neutral is such like a backward statement, yes, but it gets the point across.
No, Sonic, yes.
Hey.
I was able to adjust.
12.
Yeah.
Could have been better. I was able to adjust mid-air though, so that kind of helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just have no game sense with this game. That's really the problem here.
I mean, it literally is just kind of knowing the lines and then learning based off that, like how your adjustments affect you.
Yeah.
It's just, also just playing a bunch.
A feeling, yeah, playing a bunch and getting a feeling of how Sonic moves. I just haven't done that yet. That's the other problem I'm realizing here.
Well, at least there's an easy way to fix that.
Play more.
Exactly.
Bad at game, play more. But here, have you considered complain about how you are bad and then never?
I also do that. That's a good one.
It's a classic. Oh, held A. Nice.
So if you're late like that, on that 4th hit, you should run into him. Just hold right the whole time, and then on the last hit, either run again or jump. Because if you jump, it takes too long to actually get back to the paw, so it moves. So if you do a run, it's like just enough to where you can make it and still jump off the paw. I'm just not a big fan of it because it doesn't work in DX the same way.
Sonic, why? Alright, so I know I'm gonna be late on this. When I just don't hold. Oh, cool, you can stand in the spot and not get hurt. This is that, yeah.
I mean, you're definitely making a lot of progress. Like, this is very good. It's just got to get that last bit ironed out to make it consistent.
It's frustrating because it's like better than it was, but it's not where I want it to be, so I'm like frustrated.
Yeah. But I mean, you're essentially starting from square one, just because from how you were doing it before, it was not the way to do it.
Yeah. No. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, just got to get that really tight semicircle.
I forgot a ring. Let's try that again. And I can feel myself holding up into it. Like when he does that weird bounce back.
Yeah.
I want to fix it. No. Oh, that's the worst.
I think holding right before you need to is the lesser crime. Like holding right too late always, I feel like it's worse than holding too late.
I fixed it. Was able to adjust right after you said that. Yeah. Because now I'm just like purposefully just making sure I'm like slamming on right as he's about to collide.
Yeah.
That gave me that, and like even from a neutral position, that gave me the momentum I needed to get on a paw.
Yeah. I wish you could do a backup like that, but sadly you don't have the time.
Yeah, it really no. I'm gonna get it. This time is it. Just kidding. Next time is it.
One time.
A time TM will be it. No! Ugh. So slow. Those are the worst ones there. Like, where I feel like I've done everything right, and then last hit comes and I didn't.
Yeah.
This is good though. This is like, I feel like this is the most productive session I've had practicing this game.
That's good.
By a long shot. Because I was getting really frustrated trying to practice this on my own and just watch people's ILs, because it's like, watching good movement is good, but not having like the right way to think about it a lot of the time, or even knowing why that's the good movement, can really hurt.
I mean, there's absolutely no harm in posting some questions in the Discord and even continuing and being like, well, that doesn't make much sense to me, you know, if it doesn't. Like, I'm still not getting it to work.
That's fair.
You can also post clips if you're doing stuff like this, just like post little clips of what you're doing wrong. I was doing that with SS3 when I was learning it. I'd post little clips and be like, why the fuck?
Yeah, that is also my problem, is I'm not actually utilizing the resources that are around me in ways that could benefit me.
Yeah. That's why I want to get some more out there, just to make it easier.
Oh, this jump is giving me a brain aneurysm. Sonic, please.
I love how the crushing hitbox stops becoming active once it hits the floor, so you can just stand inside the paw.
Okay, that was a really feeble jump there. Let's try again off screen. Oh, why is this happening? What am I doing here?
You're just not
jumping.
turning right soon enough.
See,
like, that was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that would have landed if there happened to be a paw there.
Like, again, you're trying to hit that bright section. Like, you see where that dark part is to the left of the side of the whole Eggman body? You want to be hitting to the right of it, like where the scratches are in the center.
Okay. I think, okay. It's the part that I think I'm subconsciously doing the most is either not holding right at the right time, or once I'm on the paw, I'm like kind of like taking a moment and not just trying to attack him.
Yeah.
It's two biggest problems right now.
Yeah, just didn't jump soon enough. Or didn't hold jump long enough. One of the two. See, that's good. Yep. You need to hold right.
No! No!
You always hold right on the first hit. The whole time. You will never not fall off because of it. So when you're doing that, you have to at least hold right for the first hit. Oftentimes for the second hit. And then third after, you have to pay attention and correct. Assuming you're on a good line, of course.
Sanic.
Also, hi S2.
Hello.
Hello.
We've communicated once or twice.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
We'll get to SS3 here in a bit. Probably.
I'm struggling my way through RR3 right now.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, and it's mainly just like this game is one of the faster games I've attempted playing, and my brain can't process sometimes, and I'm trying to do like 4 things at once and do them fast.
Yeah, moving over to a game like this from like slower paced games is hard. I kind of went through the same thing.
Yeah, cause I'm used to N64 laggy ass collectathons.
Well, if you try, this one can lag.
Come on.
Run him forth.
No, I didn't hold right. I didn't hold no. Sanic, why? This is like I just need like a big sign on my TV that says "Hold right" in all caps, and I would do it, and that would be the end of all this nonsense. Oh no, I misaligned and yeah, it's that line doesn't matter as much as when you paw, and yet I still try to adjust that line. Oh, because look at that.
This'll work. Run on 4. Run.
No!
You had to run there. Or hold right on the last hit.
No! Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a right correction on the second hit, but you had to hold right again.
I can feel, like, I know exactly how it feels to hold right into the damage boost now. Like, I get the feeling.
Yeah.
It's just, now that I'm, like, getting on the paw and I malfunction, so now that's the next part, because it's, like, all this stress to get on the paw, and then I'm there, and it's like, oh, whoops, I have to do more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just getting on the paw.
Yeah, I had to do the walking strategy because I just couldn't get myself to keep jumping at it.
Let me go find the Only Kids video. Now I'm thinking about it. I'll just... Wait, do we have it pinned?
It's in that chat buried. Because when I asked about this initially, I got linked that video. I just never really... Oh!
Hey!
What? Hey!
What?
That's gonna be just shy of a 10? Yep, just shy.
Why do I get it when I'm not thinking about it?
Because it's muscle memory. It's all muscle memory.
I would really recommend going for the walking strat. For hits 4 and 5, you can just walk into them.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier, I think.
A lot more consistent than trying to hold back on that.
It's also necessary if you're late.
You know what I'm not doing is counting my hits. I bet you that would really help me.
Yeah, he's only 5, so you don't have to keep up with as many hits as the later bosses.
Isn't SS is 8?
Yeah, SS.
So, yeah.
SS is 8.
Why is SS so damn hard for the 3rd boss in the game? No.
Hell if I know.
It's the 3rd boss, and yet it's the worst.
It's like the hardest one, yeah.
And I've never done that boss casually. I don't know how you're supposed to. Well, I know how, but it ugh. That makes the fight so long.
Yeah. I think that's why they have that back area. I'd say I play that boss pretty casually, but
oh yeah, I hug the spiked wall and just just keep jumping out on there to keep the spikes from coming up and just keep attacking him from the top. That's all I got.
I'm guessing that's pretty much the intended way if you're not gonna take like an hour on that fight.
Alright, Brandino, if you want to see the spot you jump from, yeah, I've got the Only Kids video pulled up. So it's about there. If you're seeing my screen.
Yeah. Okay. So let's reset the console because I'm at 0 lives.
So like it is like you can turn a generous amount to the right before you hit Eggman.
Okay. Yeah. No need to try to correct that jump because I'm all too often I'm holding up and right.
Yeah. But like if you see here, you see where his shadow is. You always want to try and get Sonic's shadow next, like in line with this dot, somewhere in this area. You want it to be somewhere in relation to this dot. If you're not, it just won't work right. So like that's the important part in it. As long as you can get up high enough before you hit him, you just have to make sure you turn so that you can get this spot.
Okay. Wait, could you let this play a little more?
Yeah. See, like, he hits Eggman during the transition.
Did he walked into Eggman there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just walk into it for the last 2 hits.
That's what I was saying for walk on hit 4.
That's what I didn't know what you meant at first. Sonic die. Okay, let's try again. No! Ugh. Terrible.
If you're going to do a correction on a line, this is general across the game. You don't want to wait to see Sonic move. You want to do the correction, then continue holding the direction you're going. Because by the time Sonic moves and you can react to where he has moved from the spot you want him to be in. So if you just need to go a little bit to the left on your upright line, you just switch to up for just a little bit, then switch back to upright before you see anything happen. Yeah, that was just a little too soon.
I held right a little too soon. And that one was a bad jump. Also a bad jump. Oh. Here we go again. I guess I'm just really building the muscle memory here. This is tough.
Yeah.
You have if you're just going for like the IGT, I feel like you kind of have enough time to slow down at the bottom of that like blue square and like make sure you're lined up. I could be wrong about that, but
you mean before you jump up to the paw?
Yeah.
I guess you would technically have time, yes. I don't know if it'd help you, but...
Or at very least, just, like, practice, like, jumping from that spot. That might have been it.
That's not a 10 now, but that is a
good
11.
That's darn close, I would say.
The paw does not move whatsoever in 10s.
Oh, so never mind. That was actually a high 11.
When I did my 10, I definitely practiced like jumping from that specific spot a ton.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good way to practice it, yeah.
Yeah, I have to remove DX from my emulator the version I have on like Sega Genesis for PC or whatever.
Oh, are you playing on an emulator?
No, this is my Genesis, but I have an online version, and if I wanted to like practice like with save states and stuff, I have to remove DX from my DLC. No, oh, that is the worst. Terrible. I'll get it eventually. That's gonna have to like a constant grilling type issue.
Yeah, I mean, this is also one of these things where you just wake up and you can't do this trick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all execution pretty much. It all of the Sonic 3D Blast bosses kind of, I mean, you have to know what to do, but then it's just execution.
Yeah.
The closest I've come to is pretty fast Volcano Valley. I got a 21 boss, which was my best so far.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So like when I can beat him, it's almost always an 11.
Which is good. 10s are hard. I will put that out there. 10s are just, you gotta grind for getting the hit while the camera's moving, and then you also just have to get the hits right. Like, you can't waste a lot of time in the air, so you can't hold the button long, and you have to, yeah, you just have to do it right, frankly.
Almost, it's, yeah.
Because the 10 is, like, on the threshold. Like, you are barely getting a 10. It's probably like a, you know, a 1050. You know?
Yeah, like, yeah. And getting a 10, I'm not as much concerned with getting the 10 as just, like, getting this 11 down.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the kind of person that's, like, trying to save, like, minute frames here. I have a lot of time to save because my run is wholly unoptimized.
Do you have, like, a run finish, or, like, a time on the leaderboard?
Yeah, I have a 36.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
But before this, like, we were just doing a general VOD review.
Yeah, and then
I just didn't know off the top of my head. My bad.
This kind of dominated it because this trick just, I feel like, really required me to do it in front of people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's good time save. It's like 40 seconds over casually.
Oh, yeah, and my PB fights this guy normally, so
yeah.
Absolutely. Oh. And I'm so pissed because I was explaining tonight earlier that my Saturn Best Ending PB got this trick by accident. And I haven't been able to replicate it, and so I lose pretty much 40 seconds every time we get to this boss.
Oh, dang.
So
I'm gonna need you to teach me Saturn at some point. I'm really bad at it.
I'm not the person to teach, but I will play it alongside you, and we will have...
We'll have a wonderful time where both of us mess up a lot of tricks.
Because the inputs are a little bit weirder, but still technically the same. Yeah. I like the Saturn version for a lot of reasons, mainly the special stages and the music.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought I miscounted my hits.
Yeah, the force should always be the one after he lands.
No, I was trying to run and I held it too early.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think I'm really getting this now.
Yeah, I think you're very close to getting it consistently.
This is I'm gonna sit down and practice movement from this consistently from here. I remember there was a trick I was trying to learn in Diddy Kong Racing that I did it every night for a week until I could do it consistently. It's like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
No! Overshooting the jump right there is so bad.
Also, I'm just going ahead and looking through your VOD. Your SS1 is actually very good. You just
What?
You make some like line errors, like we were talking about in GG1, where it's just like if you took this turn a little bit differently and were lined up on this line, it would have saved you some headache. But like other than that, you did the route right and all that.
I'll stop doing this for now if you want to go back to the VOD review.
Whatever you want to do, I mean.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with going back to VOD. I think I have a really good handle on this, and I've been given a ton of good advice, so I'm cool to move on. So I don't like take up all the time with just one trick.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean,
yeah.
At this point, it is literally just practice. Like, you just gotta go do it a bunch of times.
Okay, yeah. So this is just like this level is kind of messy just for me to remember the route of the level.
Yeah.
Because I get SS1 and SS2 very confused, and some parts look really similar to others, and I just don't remember.
Yeah, that's fair. So like for this first hit, you're just lined up wrong. There's a couple different ways to do this. So if you go down here, you need to be lined up like on this edge between this and the springs. So like you'll jump from here, you'll line up. Then when you get down to the bottom where the pufferfish is, you'll go under it and jump up into it.
So you should land under it as its spikes go in?
Yeah, if you go down this way. Because that's just like the easiest way to do it from here. But there's another way where you just you come along this way.
Okay, so that middle path between the bumpers.
Yeah, so like you come this way, you jump about here, and you don't do a full jump. You do like a half jump. And it lands you like on these springs. But where you land, they aren't active. So they're not real springs. So then you jump and hold down, and you land on top of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's pretty hard, frankly, for a jump. So as long as you get down to the bottom where the pufferfish is, and then just jump into it after it's been on screen for like 1/8 of a second, you'll be fine.
Yeah, this is just, I actually just need, if I sat down and practiced this route, this level could be so much faster already.
Yeah.
Oh, this is SS2. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, your one did the right route. You're just not doing IL execution pretty much. Like you just aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, see, like there's me going the wrong way. And I
so
was
there's
gonna say that
just
the part with.
Go ahead.
The part with the spears is maybe one of the more confusing. Not this, the second section with the spears later on, where there's like a crab guy.
Yeah, we can go over that. It's very difficult.
That is maybe the worst section in the game. I've lost like straight up a minute there before.
Yeah, it's really tough if you get hit. Which getting yellow shield is the best way to make that easy on you.
Yellow shield.
Here, you need to know which springs are active. Do you know which springs are active? Just from these two groups.
Top right in the middle.
So like it's this one.
Oh, top left in the middle.
And this one. Or, yeah, this one. I think. One of these two. Pretty sure it's this one. So, yeah. If you just go off the slope and don't jump, and hug this wall, you'll just run into the spring. So, like, you shouldn't be jumping off that slope or over it unless, you're going for, like, the 1-frame jump, which you should just not be doing.
I definitely have no business going for things like that.
I have no business going for it, so, you know.
You have no business to me, because you're definitely good at the game.
I was about to say, what do you mean? You should totally be going for it.
I mean, it's not my time save. So here, you just need to hit the crab the first time and circle back down this way. Because you circle back this way and then capture momentum that way, you're now, 4 tiles to the right and you hit the wall. So if you're coming down in the middle of this section of spikes, it puts you like running into this wall. So like you just kind of do a minor correction here, which I normally do, or you can go just a little bit more right, and then just jump down from there and do a turn like after you get past the springs, and you'll be set towards the goal ring. So that's fine. I like to be on the right here and just hit the springs. I don't know if it's faster or good, but just something I do.
I don't know the strat for the yellow shield here. Do you get it after you've given the flickies in the ring?
Yeah, it just makes life easier.
Yeah, because here I grab it beforehand, and I look at how much like more difficult it is to get back up because of like bad cycles and stuff.
Yeah, so what you do is you come this way, you jump over this jump, hit the gold ring, and then turn around because it'll take less time to change direction. Like you're using your direction changing time in the gold ring, so you're doing something while changing direction rather than, I don't know. This is better. That's what I'm trying to say. So you just would hold down left there and jump over the spike balls into the thing. Here you should be holding right from
the whole time. Right from the moment the automated section begins.
Hold right there.
Okay, yeah.
Hold right, do nothing else. Hold down.
Wow, really? That's all you gotta do?
Yep.
Well, I kind of grabbed it kind of quick. That doesn't look like...
Yeah, I mean, what you did worked. It's the same concept. You can just hold right sooner.
That was what we call a happy accident.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure what happened.
I mean, I wasn't... I might have just been holding right.
So right... Yeah, you just held right too long, and then you jumped there. If you land where you did, that's fine. Just continue walking onto the spikes, and then jump. And since you have yellow shield, you just press jump again before you land, and you'll land on the dude. And then you're good.
Okay.
So here... This depends on what you want to do. So if you keep your momentum, you can hit that spring. The one right here.
Okay.
If you do not keep momentum, like nothing, do not hit this. You will hit that bumper.
Okay. But if you don't, I'm assuming you go soaring over this whole area?
Yeah, you land like here.
And then, do you need to hit these balloons here?
It doesn't matter. You just have to know if you do hit them. Like, you have to know where you are in the air to correct. Because what you want to do is, if you don't hit them, you want to, like, come this way, jump this, like, jump like this.
Oh, shit.
Don't break shit.
I almost did. We're all fine, though. Maybe I should move heavy things away from my Sega stuff.
But yeah, you want to jump this way, and then you ideally want to land here or here. If you land here, you have to jump again, so you go over the bumper. If you land here, you want to jump off the slope to get a slope jump.
Yeah.
And then you'll land like up here. I believe the spring is here and here. I don't quite remember. But that is something you want to know, which spring is where. I just kind of know. In DX, I can go so fast I can go past them with the slope jump. So, yeah. You just want to make sure you don't land on a spring. And then once you're past it, assuming you kept yellow shield, you just jump, hit this guy. Again, just turn, jump. You don't need to waste all that time. I don't like hitting spring here, so if you can, try to jump over the spring and then jump again here, and that gives you like a solid place to react to the badnik from. Hitting spring isn't the end of the world. You just have to make sure you don't land on the badnik while in the air from the spring, because you don't have your hitbox. And if you're going to use that spring specifically, you have to set up your movement correctly, or else you won't get the speed. So you can't approach it that way. Because what you're trying to do from this spring is you're trying to hit this spring with full momentum up. That's why this spring is very easy, because you just land on this one, hug the wall, go straight up. Easy peasy. This one requires some mid-air adjustment. So like you want to hit it here from the bottom so that you have enough space to keep momentum, and you want to like sort of hold up, left, up. And by sort of, I mean you just kind of got to gauge how fast you're going to make sure you don't clip this wall. But assuming you get over it, you'll be turning up as you hit this spring. And then you'll just continue holding up, and you'll ideally land right there at the height of your jump. Otherwise, you'll hit the wall, hit this spring, and then go up. And if you hit that spring, you are very likely to overshoot this if you are holding up, so just be aware and don't hold up as long. This part sucks, but that was fast. Yeah. You can just land on this guy. You just kind of gotta be aware and plan for it. It's difficult.
Jumping on top of the spike crab dudes, like that doesn't hurt you, right?
No, you can jump on every enemy.
Okay, yeah, because just the spikes on their back kind of like make it look like I cannot do that.
Yeah, but also you jumped on it right here. There is no like sides to enemies.
No, it's like I get no hit, not like a formal hitbox the way that like a 3D object would have.
Yeah.
It's just like hit top, robot explode.
Just try to take this turn not as wide. What I like to do is I like to jump from here like a half jump, land on this spike trap, and then sit here. Because you cannot get to this pufferfish before the spikes come out unless you do the task strat. Which is just dumb, and I think it's slower. I don't know. It's at least slower humanly, I'd imagine. But because of this line, you're not set up for right when this pufferfish deflates. So its shadow is the determiner of this. So once the shadow is about here, like just like the middle of it. So once the middle is about here, it deflates. And it may not look it like, God, let me go back just a bit. Okay, so here. So like a couple frames before this point, the hitbox turned off. You can visually kill this pufferfish with the spikes fully out.
Okay, so it's just about knowing when the hitbox turns off.
Yeah. So I guess once the round edge, not the tail, hits this dot, you can jump. And you just have to leave it on neutral for a while after you jump just to let the flickies collect it. So you just have to move later. I don't know which spring gets faster here. But there are two. So you have this spring and that spring. I like to take this one just because it's easier and it's further away from the wall. So I think it's faster, but I'm not sure. And then here, yeah, just jump up. This is an awkward jump.
Around this corner. Oh my god.
And yeah, that's fine. Just learning that jump onto the dragonfly is tough. So there you could have turned sooner.
And kind of hug that wall, you mean?
Not
hug the wall, but
no, I mean for fuck. I mean, hit this, turn. You had to start turning sooner. So you did a down right turn. So it stopped your momentum completely because Sonic actually stopped turning and instead just deaccelerated and started accelerating the way you were coming. So for there, since you knew you were coming up left, you had to slowly circle counterclockwise to upright. And instead of being in this position, you would then be actually facing towards upright at this point. And then that would allow you to land on the slope. And what do slopes do? Give you speed. So then you just land on the slope jump.
A slope jump to the right here, and then use that increased momentum
to
like clear this hill, and then make it to the Spidey boy.
Yeah, if you slope jumped, you'd land probably about here with a good one. And then you would just hold jump again and try to time it so that you do it from this green tile. Not a full jump, but like a half jump. And then you can just hold roll into this guy, and go from there. Alright, so you did not need to adjust. You should just know that this tile is correct.
Okay.
It's the third tile from the wall. Third tile from the wall.
Oh, yep. It's sad when you see me almost do a fast strap, but then I don't.
And because you messed that up, it messed this up. So from there, you want to land in this line, and then adjust over to this dark line. So from the middle of this tile to this line, I guess the third black line from the wall, or the second black line, the edge of the second tile from the wall. And so you would jump off these spikes and roll. And then you would jump again as you hit the ground, or a little after you hit the ground, and turn around. So like holding the roll is to ensure that if you undershot, you hit the crab. And if you did it correctly with like the proper jump, you just hit the crab. And then the jump is to ensure that you don't run into the spikes. And if you overshot, you're playing really fucking fast. Damn. Who has a good one? You could also have yellow shield at this point if you had kept it up to here. It makes this helpful. That's a hard bet. I would just know how to do this normally, and it's the same strat with yellow shield. You just press A instead of roll. You just make sure it's on screen, press A. Easy game. Let me see if Rhodes has it, because I've got his video up.
Wonder if he does some Rhodes strats.
He does. He uses yellow shield.
Yellow shield, I guess you could call it a crutch. I don't mind it.
Yeah, so like here he does it. You see how he's already on that line from the wall.
Yep.
And he does a full jump from there, lands on the spikes in that spot, jumps again. Yellow shield. Easy game.
Easy. Big Z, easy.
Let's see. What does Void do?
I like how the Genesis, like, it's the same thing with the Saturn version, like, the shields just do not render correctly.
Yeah. So Void took the middle of the tile with yellow shield. Jumped, yellow shielded. Easy game. Let me see if I fuck it up. I probably fuck it up, to be fair. So I take middle, adjust, roll, easy game.
Easy game.
So I'm in the middle. I adjust because I'm full jumping, and I know I'm so far to the left. I adjust more to the right. And then here I jump, I undershoot, but this can't hit you if you're landing on it with full momentum, just because it doesn't come out fast enough. So I just roll, and I jump.
You roll jump immediately.
Yeah, so like I'm inputting roll on the ground, but I'm also just immediately press jump. Game plays itself. I turn around, grab the flicky, jump.
Easy game.
Easy game.
It's a good way to end a lot of these. All right, so SS3, just because of the time of day that it is becoming, SS3 might require, here's me taking 6 hours to get this flicky. Look at all this mess. This is horrible.
Yeah.
This happens to me a lot here. That one time wasn't because of the spikes, at least. I've really gotten screwed over by the spikes coming out of the floor. I'm sorry, not the spikes, the spears. SS3 though, I would maybe want to do that another evening.
Okay, yeah, we can do that some other time.
Just because of much like RR, I feel like I would have to try it for like over an hour or more to explain the strats because it looks extremely specific.
Yeah, I mean, I can explain it at least, and then if we can just go over it when you have more time.
Yeah, that's.
But let me go fill up my water again because I am drinking fucking liquid tonight. So I'll be right back.
I actually tried, for 2 seconds doing this game moderately fast.
This game is hard to do fast, but I want to do it.
It's difficult.
It's a pretty.
It's very unintuitive. It's not like other stuff at all.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with kind of like primitive 3D like this is that you kind of have to work with.
You
how
don't see it.
There are other.
You just don't see it.
There are other isometric games that work extremely well. I speedrun a different isometric Sonic game, and I feel like it's Sega Sonic.
Oh yeah. You
okay, yeah, right? I was about to say Labyrinth. I swear to God.
No, but this game's control because of how quickly Sonic accelerates. It's really hard. To learn.
That is it's powerful, but.
I mean, don't take it from me. I'm not an expert, but in my opinion, the hardest thing is just learning how Sonic's movement feels, and then just learning the level routes and stuff is the easier part.
Yeah, this game is really I want to get better and faster at this game. It is just such a difficult grind, and I know it's one of those things.
It's a lot of micro. It looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of micro.
A lot in the micro that you're thinking about, and it's it's all okay when Knight's been sitting here explaining to me the ins and outs and the lines that I'm taking and stuff, and I get it. But then I try to repeat it, and I'm like, this is moving so much faster than I can process at some point.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said, I literally did ILs only for a full week, and then came back to runs and PB by 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So it took me a week to just grind out ILs. I didn't even get to all the ILs. I did the first half of the game.
Yeah, that's the other problem. When I said I was gonna sit down and grind ILs, I grinded them for a few days, but then my energy got super low, super fast.
Yeah, I think I did 3 to 5 hours of ILs a night for a week.
That'll
do it.
Yeah.
That'll strengthen your core.
So to do SS3. The SS3 tutorial. So this is the correct lineup for the most part. It doesn't really matter how left you are here, it just generally that position. That position's fine. And as long as you're here before Eggman goes past the spikes, the spike tiles, you're good. So you should probably be holding down and jumping. Actually, let me see. It's almost as Eggman reaches the bottom of the spikes. So like I'd say about there you start. So you just hold down and jump at the same time. You hold A the whole time.
Okay, I've tried to do the jump here. That specific jump, and I didn't realize it was down and A at the same time. I tried to hold down and then A, and then when Sonic goes on the slope, Sonic gets no momentum when he jumps, and I just fall backwards.
Yeah, so you have to jump before you reach this slope. Otherwise, you will slope jump and kill your momentum. And so you hold A the whole time to get a full jump, which will land you here. And then, obviously, you do a buffer jump. So you let go of jump before you land. Buffer jump. Continue holding down the entire process. You will hit Eggman while he's in the air before he turns. If he does turn and you still hit him, you're late. And you continue holding down after you get hit. So actually, let me show you this with a video that does it, because that will make more sense.
This quick kill is super awesome. And oh, okay, so you wait. He gets past. Okay.
And then I hold left. Yeah, I hate this player. I'll get a different video. But this should be a 17 because I did that slope jump. That made me go to the up. 18, damn. I don't know why. I think I was slow on the last hit. Void does it weird. I'm sorry, Void, but you do it weird. Rhodes does a similar thing to me. I think it's actually probably Rhodes' strat more than mine.
It's okay, Knight. I know that I'm weird.
We're all a little weird.
We're all weird.
Why are we here? We're weird.
We spend a lot of our time looking how we can have minute time save in 25 to 30-year-old games.
Try 15, but yeah, that's me.
I wonder how old is this one now? This one's
06?
over 20.
Yeah, 06.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you were saying.
So
I'll come back to that one too. I just
wait a minute.
He started moving the frame or two before this. Actually, like 5 frames before this. So it's like as Eggman starts to cut off this last piece, you start holding down and jump. You land there. He didn't get enough speed. So like if you're up there, you can hold down a little longer then jump. If you're up closer to the slope, you have to just hold down here and not buffer jump. So he jumps, he's still holding down, he's still holding down, he's still holding down, turns left on this frame as he hits the center of this spike. Turns left, jumps, continues holding down left and jump the entire time. You see where the shadow is. This is very, 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 very important to the trick.
Yes.
Because at this point, how Eggman works is he wants to circle and hit you. And depending on which side of Eggman you're on, depends on where he circles. Yeah, so you cannot be further up, either this way or this way on the thing. The most you can be this way is the edge of your shadow being on this side of the line. I mean, touching this black line. If you're any further to the left and you jump and hit him, he will rotate this way. And while that is still possible to do it that way, reacting to it is such a chore that it's pretty much dead. But you also have to have this let's say bottom left part of your shadow. It has to be somewhere close to this black line. If it's too far past it, you won't be able to do the next hit. You will get this hit, but not the next one. Or if you're too far this way, like say you're over here, he will be too high. Because Eggman does float above your height, so you're hitting him before he fully reaches his top height again. And so if the left part of your spot is here, I forget why, but it does fail. I think it just messes up the fourth hit. But generally, you want it in between the edge of this orange part of the spike and the inner edge of this black line. And so once you're there, so at this point, like once he realizes that he's about there, he's holding neutral. So he's let go, and he's trying to land directly down from this point. So you start holding neutral a little bit before you get to that exact position, but not a whole lot, because you're still holding down left, so Sonic's trying to accelerate back towards Eggman. So before he fully accelerates again, you hold neutral and let him fall down. And so from this point, you would again do a buffer jump. And you see how, like, he hit Eggman's, like, shoulder, like, down here. That is, from this point, the right side of Eggman. It's not real clear, because if you hit just a little more up, that's the left side of Eggman. So Eggman's going to follow this path downwards, around this slope down here, and then come back up. Or, like, go down this way. So it's going to go down this way on the floor. So you have not touched an input since you landed the first time. Or, yeah. Here, you buffer jump again, and then start holding down right the moment you leave the ground. If you...
the top of Eggman here?
You don't really need to pay attention to where you hit Eggman here. You just have to do the inputs correctly.
Yeah.
So
this is precise, like that.
Yeah, that's why this previous step was so precise, so that this setup is done the same way every time. So you wait until you buffer your jump, and just after you leave the ground, you start holding down right. If you start holding down right before you land, you will land on this slope and then do a slope jump, which is not the end of the world. You can definitely do this with a slope jump. It just makes your adjustments way harder. It makes getting the 17 easier, but you can get the 17 without it on, what is this? 1, 2, 3, without a slope jump on the fourth hit. So you just hold down right immediately after you leave the ground. Continue holding down right. Continue holding neutral. Because at this point, Sonic is again trying to accelerate back in the direction he's being sent from, so it stops him. And you're again looking to land in pretty much the exact same place. But obviously you can see Eggman is taking up a lot of the space, so you can't tell exactly where you are. But you can see this little bit of the shadow, and you just want to make sure it's around this black line. And you buffer jump again.
This is like the biggest of biggest brain strats.
And so at this point, it is completely fine to fuck this up. You have gotten 4 hits insanely fast, so it's perfectly fine if you don't get this hit that's up in the air, or you don't get the hits after it. You can just go up and finish it, and you'll be like 10-15 seconds ahead of a normal strat. Or doing it casually, I'd say. The normal strat is like a 26, 28. So again, no inputs. Same deal as the hit before it. You just neutral jump. You can slope jump this one. This one isn't as important. It makes the 17 more likely. And if you do the slope jump, you have to correct a lot more. You have to hold down right longer to the point where Sonic actually does start accelerating back in the direction he came. And then you have to essentially correct on your way up, because you're still buffering your jumps this whole time. So you essentially stop holding down right after you've jumped again. So you are in the correct position with your shadow on the black line, and you let go then. But it's easier just to not do the second slope jump and just do it the same way you did the fourth hit. And because Rhodes messed up here with his correction, he didn't hold down right long enough. Eggman came up this way. This makes it really difficult, but it's still certainly possible. So if you mess it up at this point, as long as you get the hit when he comes back around up in the air, all you need to do is hit him again. Just scramble and make it happen.
This is, wow. It's just like, yeah, what we were saying about like this whole thing, like it's like when we're talking about the setup, I totally get it, but this is one of those things that I know, and like you go to try, and it's just like I'll probably malfunction quite a while before I really get like this movement working.
Yeah, and like that's certainly not the only way to do that. So you can kind of innovate, I guess, and find your own way to kind of get it consistent. But I think that is by far the most consistent way to do it, to at least get the 18 every time, if not the 17. Because Void here does it very, very differently, and it works. Like, it's still a great time. You can see Void went more to the left. It doesn't really matter on that first hit. And this is actually part of what I was saying about where you hit Eggman matters. So Void does the same thing up to this point pretty much, and stops way sooner. Eggman still goes around that way, but when you do this hit, they also do the slope jump, and it puts you a lot further back. So like if you're doing this, you have to do that slope jump, because otherwise you're going to be on that right side of Eggman like we were trying to, but you're going to be in the wrong spot and the next hit won't line up. So if you're doing it this way, you have to do the slope jump so that you then hit Eggman on the left side so Eggman turns left. As you can see, Eggman turns left, hits again on the right side so it turns back. And then that's just a very smart correction. Like, to get Eggman to turn back left again, they had to go so far out left to actually hit Eggman on the left side to get the turn right. Otherwise it would have turned right and it would have been very hard to follow up. And then just final hit, make it work.
Yeah, when I was doing that and playing it back, I was honestly shocked I didn't actually get hit for that part.
Yeah, that was very good. You up inside that hitbox.
I think like I just barely missed the arm or something there.
Yeah. The arm hitbox is stupid.
Here, you can watch me completely fail this, because I just grab, at this point I just, if he lowers himself I try to attack, but otherwise I stand up here and try to hawk him.
Everyone needs to know this backup. I wonder if I do it in this run. Okay, I do.
Yeah, okay, I remember when I initially asked about this trick, that I think it was Void or something, like even if you can get pop off a few of the first couple quick hits and you mess up, the safest backup is, I think, moving up there, right?
Yeah. So like you go up here and you can actually do a really rhythmic fast kill here. So like you hit Eggman, and Eggman's going to come back around. If I can actually do it. So like you hit it there, you see where Eggman is, so I just have to, from here, go down a little bit, then left, or then down left, and hit Eggman on the right side. And then you can just repeat. But because of the way I move, that's why Eggman did that. Let me check my other run, see if that one had it. Because a very easy backup. You just have to maybe practice it a couple times to get the idea of how Eggman moves there. Yeah, so you can just do like jump twice a couple times. Yeah, see, like I messed that up real bad and it just wouldn't work. There I just didn't jump high enough, but that's the general idea. You hit it and then you just keep up with the pattern in front of you and like down. It's very simple, but I can figure it out and write it up once I get my Genesis back.
This has been very, very helpful. Thank you.
I'm glad. Which you can end me at whatever time if that's what you're trying to do.
Oh yeah, I'm starting to get kind of tired here, and I think I'm gonna hop off. But my question to you is if we could continue this from Diamond Dust at some point.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Yeah. I don't know when this week I might be free, so I might just like during the day game time decision like let you know, and then we can go on from there.
Yeah, I should be free most nights. Friday might be a little iffy, but yeah, okay. Just hit me up and I'll try and organize something.
Normally I'm free just about every night except for this weekend, which is like the only weekend that I'm actually not free. So
yeah,
which is how the Sanic speeds, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm always free like super late, so like yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually up pretty late, but like functionally still able to do things probably